Welcome to the hottest movie review on the internet today, the A-List Review. I'm your host, the Game Changer, Wes Troop. And it's one of the biggest movies ever made that has somehow eluded me all of these years. But my time has come. We're going to head back into our mint-flavored time machine to the year 1939 to see the Best Picture winner for that year, one that many call one of the best films of all time. My review of the 1939 epic romance film, Gone with the Wind, coming up now. Set in the American South, Scarlett O'Hara, a sheltered and manipulative Southern belle, and Rhett Butler, a roguish profiteer, face off in a turbulent romance as the society around them crumbles with the end of slavery and is rebuilt during the Civil War and Reconstruction periods. So what did I think of Gone with the Wind? I thought it's a spectacular, epic historical romance film. It's based on the 1936 novel of the same name by Margaret Mitchell. The film is mostly directed by Victor Fleming, who replaced George Cukor 3 weeks into filming. Fleming was also known for directing The Wizard of Oz, which he finished directing right before Gone with the Wind, as they were released the same year. Gone with the Wind had its premiere on December 15, 1939, and was a massive success, becoming the highest-grossing film up to that point, and when adjusted for monetary inflation, it's still the highest-grossing film in history. The sets, cinematography, scale, and scope of the film is amazing, with some powerful and unforgettable visuals, especially the burning of Atlanta. The costumes are gorgeous as well. It follows the life of Scarlett O'Hara, set during and after the Civil War, and we see the effect the war had on her life. She goes from a 16-year-old stubborn girl and daughter of a plantation owner in Clayton County, Georgia, to a woman manipulating men and having to survive and adapt from big changes. We also see how the relationships and marriages in her life, and some of which she's part of for the wrong reasons, cause her to grow. I certainly felt a number of different ways about the character through the runtime, not all good, but certainly not all bad either, which makes a great complex character. None of the characters here are exactly saints, as they do some questionable actions and can be flawed and even unlikable. We see Scarlett head over heels for Ashley, but learns he's to be married to his cousin, Melanie, and then he goes off to fight in the war, and she begins to be pursued by Rhett, played with unlimited charisma from Clark Gable, who comes and goes from her life. Their relationship is interesting, and their marriage has a lot of problems. They have a tough time getting along and can be overall unhealthy for each other. The melodrama is certainly played up here, and there's a lot of fake crying. It was also intriguing seeing the point of view of the soldiers at times, being excited to go to war at first, and then see how they felt after coming back, those who made it back at least. The film, of course, has been criticized for its depiction of slavery, with not just some very stereotypical black characters, but making it seem like they're happy to be slaves, having a wonderful time in the glorified Old South, which can certainly be seen as problematic. I will say at least it's not as bad as The Birth of a Nation from 1915. The score by Max Steiner is incredible, especially the iconic Tara theme, which has become its main theme over the years. The runtime of just about 4 hours can certainly be daunting, and you can feel that runtime. If you're like me and have a hard time setting aside that amount of time in one day, I suggest splitting it up into doses like teachers used to do in school. The cast stars Vivien Leigh as Scarlett O'Hara, the self-centered and spoiled Southern belle who desires the one man she can't actually have. Clark Gable as Rhett Butler, the wealthy older bachelor and professional gambler who keeps finding his way back into Scarlett's life. Leslie Howard as Ashley Wilkes, the man Scarlett is obsessed with. Olivia de Havilland as Melanie Hamilton, Scarlett's sister-in-law and eventual best friend. And Hattie McDaniel as Mammy, the house servant who constantly scolds Scarlett. Gone with the Wind was nominated for 13 Academy Awards, winning 8 competitive awards and 2 honorary, including Best Film Editing, Cinematography, Art Direction, Screenplay, Supporting Actress for Hattie McDaniel being the first African American to ever win an Oscar, Best Actress for Lee, Best Director for Fleming, and of course, Best Picture. In 1989, the film was one of the original 25 entries into the National Film Registry by the Library of Congress. Gone with the Wind is an excellent cinematic experience. It's visually perfect and gives us one of the most complex romances of all time. Number-wise, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10, which gives it the A-list rating of A-list approved. That's right, it gets the A-list seal of approval. Alright, well that's the show. I'll be back with another review very soon. But until then, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe right here on YouTube. YouTube.com/WestsideOf515. Like the show on Facebook, Facebook.com/WestTroopAlist. And of course, you can follow me on the Instagram and Letterboxd at WestAlist. Until next time, Troop out.